Good morning, America. Flooding catastrophe. At least 24 people killed in central Texas and more than 20 girls missing from a summer camp. Search and rescue teams working throughout the night after the Guadalupe River busted its banks, rising to near record levels. Team coverage of the situation this morning and the race against the clock to find those unaccounted for.
Holiday travel crunch, the busiest July 4th ever on America's roads, with nearly 72 million people on the move. The best and worst times to head home, whether you're flying or driving, plus how to save big on gas.
The motion is adopted.
Legislative victory for President Trump, signing his so-called Big Beautiful Bill into law. Fighter jets roaring overhead.
America is winning, winning, winning like never before.
But the warning from Democrats and why they see it as their chance to win back voters.
Ramping up the attacks. Russia launching new strikes on Ukraine a day after its biggest missile and drone attack of the war. President Trump in touch with leaders of both nations. Could the U.S. provide Ukraine with more Patriot missiles?
California Inferno, the largest wildfire in the state this year, consuming 70,000 acres and growing. Where things stand this morning.
Summer sales showdown. The retailers competing for your dollars, where to score the savings, and the big names competing with Amazon during Prime Week. The deep discounts heading your way.
You can't touch this.
Wimbledon winners. The Americans advancing at the All England Club. Celebrating the fourth, fireworks lighting up the sky overnight as Joey Jaws Chestnut relishes his win. How many dogs he downed to win the crown again.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Saturday. Good Morning America.
And we do say Good Morning America. What were you saying?
This is my jam.
Is that one of the ads?
MC Hammer? Oh, yeah, of course.
We hope that you had a really nice holiday week, and we've got this holiday weekend here.
Yep.
But there is a growing concern about shark sightings, several spotted at a popular New York beach this holiday weekend, so we're going to follow that story.
Plus, the birthplace of America and an Independence Day hotspot, Philadelphia, with garbage piling up and entertainers pulling out of events because of a worker strike. So we've got that coming up too.
Yes, we do. We want to get right to a developing story here. The devastating flooding in central Texas, at least 24 people killed, and the urgent search going on right now for more than 20 girls missing from a summer camp, completely destroyed by the raging waters. ABC's Mireya Villarreal is on the ground there in Kerrville, Texas. Mireya, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Whit. As you can see, the sun has started to rise, the rain has subsided, and it gives us a clear picture of just how devastating this incident was. Behind us, you can see the destruction and debris left behind. The bark from that tree completely ripped off, showing the power and the fury of these floodwaters. We do know that rescue crews have been working throughout the night to try and locate any of those missing people.
This morning, search and rescue crews desperately looking for the missing following the deadly floods in central Texas. The storm killing at least 24 people, with many more still missing. Families pleading for information after more than 20 children still unaccounted for from a summer camp.
I have assured all of the local officials here, whatever these communities need, the state of Texas is going to step up and provide it.
The city of Kerrville seeing some of the worst devastation, urging residents to evacuate and move to higher ground. The mayor issuing a disaster declaration as the Guadalupe River reaching 26 feet high, the second highest recorded height in history. 12 inches of rainfall in a matter of hours, flooding roads, buildings, and cars, and sweeping away houses. Entire neighborhoods left unrecognizable. This RV park completely destroyed. The same floodwaters almost sweeping away this man and his wife.
We went ahead and jumped out, and we got washed down 3 houses, and we finally ended up snagged on a big bush.
Helicopters hovering over trees, performing urgent rescues like this one. Crew members picking someone out of the branches. In nearby Hunt, Texas, families urgently trying to find their loved ones at Camp Mystic, an all-girls summer camp of 750 children. More than 20 campers still missing.
We will stop at nothing to ensure that every asset and person and plane and whatever is needed is going to be involved in the process of rescuing every last person.
The camp was evacuated after flooding hit the Guadalupe River, and while some parents have been reunited with their children, others continue to wait for answers. The family of one camper, 10-year-old Greta Toranzo from Houston, telling us that their daughter is still missing.
Please pray for our community. This is a hard day, and there will be hard days to come.
Absolutely heartbreaking for this community and the families of the missing. Some of them have started to post pictures, photos like this with names and information of the missing people, many of them children, to try and see if anybody has seen them, if anybody can help in their rescue or location. As of right now, local officials are warning people that more rain is expected to come into the area, and that could possibly affect their rescue efforts. Janae?
Just unimaginable heartbreak for those families, Mireya. Thank you. Let's bring in Cheryl Scott from our Chicago station WLS. And Cheryl, what can you tell us about this flooding?
Yes, and more flooding expected throughout the morning into the afternoon. Just catastrophic damage in this region. And obviously, we've been talking about those fatalities. We are looking at some of the scenes coming out of this area, and you can just see that destruction, the raging waters. We have impacts and destruction to homes. You can see the trees down, and then this is overlooking the Llano River in Texas right now, and you can clearly see the raging, rushing water here, clearly overflowing its banks. More rain on the way, and that's why we do have alerts up in effect for parts of central Texas. We have that flash flood emergency, which has been issued for parts of Travis and Burnett County throughout the morning, with an additional 5 to 10 inches of rainfall in this area. So more flash flooding and destructive flooding will be a concern throughout the day today. Gio.
Okay, Cheryl, we will be following that throughout the morning, and we are thinking of those families. Thank you for that. And turning now to the holiday travel crush, tens of millions of Americans in the sky and on the roads, and there's a way to save here on gas. Perry Russum joins us now with this. And Perry, the roads, they were rough yesterday. I saw them firsthand. How are things looking today?
Yeah, Gio, good morning to you. It's going to be a busy weekend of travel coming off of July 4th. AAA says this will be another record-breaking holiday, with more than 72 million people expected to travel at least 50 miles from home. That's almost 2 million more people than last year. Looking at the skies this morning, so far so good. There are storms we are watching across the country, but those are only causing a few delays so far, nothing widespread. On the roads, AAA says this will be the busiest July 4th ever. More than 61 million people expected to be driving. That is up more than 1 million people from last year. The best time to travel today is before 11 this morning, and the worst time is between 11 and 5 at night. Tomorrow is expected to be the worst travel day. And if you are driving, there's some good news when you're filling up. Gas prices are down. Right now, the average cost for a gallon of regular is $3.15. That's about 40 cents lower than last year. And if you're looking to save some extra money at the pump, Amazon is having what they're calling an early Prime Day deal. Prime members can save $1 per gallon this weekend when they're filling up at participating gas stations. There is a 35-gallon max on that deal, and it runs through Sunday. Whip.
All right. Thank you so much, Perry Russum. We appreciate it. We move to politics now, and President Trump signing the so-called Big Beautiful Bill, hosting a celebration at the White House, now trying to sell the plan to the American people. ABC's senior White House correspondent Selena Wang joins us now from Washington with more. Selena, good morning.
Hey, Whit, good morning to you. President Trump marked July 4th with a celebration and a major political victory. His so-called Big Beautiful Bill is now the law, the president highlighting those tax cuts while downplaying slashes to Medicaid.
Overnight, President Trump signing his sweeping domestic policy into law.
It's the biggest bill of its type in history.
Celebrating his legislative win during Independence Day festivities alongside Republican lawmakers who helped him muscle this bill through Congress.
Mike Johnson right there. I see Mike. What a job they've done. What a job they've done.
The motion is adopted.
The nearly 1,000-page bill barely passed Congress after Trump arm-twisted holdouts in his own party. All but 2 House Republicans ended up voting for the bill, despite anger that it could add $3.4 trillion to the debt over the next decade, and estimates that steep cuts to Medicaid could force 11.8 million Americans to lose their health insurance. The president highlighting those tax cuts, mostly for the wealthiest Americans, while ending taxes on tips and overtime and new spending for immigration enforcement.
So you have the biggest tax cut, the biggest spending cut, the largest border security investment in American history.
Democrats confident they'll win back voters as Americans start to lose their health care and food assistance.
I don't think we have ever seen or are prepared for how catastrophic this is set to be.
The president, though, taking a victory lap.
I think had probably the most successful almost 6 months as a president and the presidency.
And another moment from that July 4th celebration at the White House last night, the military members behind Operation Midnight Hammer were also honored. That's referring to those strikes on the Iranian nuclear facilities last month. And President Trump called it, quote, one of the most flawless military campaigns in U.S. history.
Well, that is something to definitely watch with future assessments. But Selena, while we have you, we're also seeing both Republicans and Democrats thinking this bill could actually help them heading into the midterms.
Yeah, Whit, in both parties, they're racing to shape the narrative around this, and the timing here is really critical. So the extension of President Trump's 2017 tax cuts, that bill makes that permanent. While when it comes to ending no taxes on tips, while that goes into effect pretty quickly, it expires in 2028. As for those cuts to Medicaid, now that doesn't go into effect until after the midterms next year, but the effects are already being felt. In fact, a rural hospital in Nebraska announced that it's shutting down, citing those expected Medicaid cuts. Now, Democrats really see this as their potential ticket to a comeback. They believe that once Americans start to feel these real-world effects hitting home, that they're going to turn towards the Democrats. Whit.
Selena Wang for us. Thank you. Janae?
All right, turning overseas now, and Russia attacking Ukraine with hundreds of drones. As President Trump says he's in touch with leaders of both nations. ABC's Inez de la Quatara joined us with those details. Good morning, Inez.
Good morning, Janae. And just days after President Trump spoke with Russian President Putin, Russia appearing to ramp up its strikes on Ukraine. President Trump now suggesting key American military aid shipments could resume.
Overnight, Russia once again pounding Ukraine. Just a day after it unleashed its biggest missile and drone attack of the war. Using well over 500 drones, 5 killed and over 30 people injured in the last 24 hours. Blasts lighting up the night sky. Kyiv residents hunkering down in shelters. President Trump telling reporters Ukraine is being hit pretty hard and now saying shipments of key American weapon systems, including Patriot missiles, could resume.
Patriot missiles go into Ukraine?
Well, they need them for defense. I mean, I don't want to see people killed, and they're going to need them for defense. They're amazingly effective. You know, we knocked out 14 out of 14. That's pretty amazing. If you think of it, it's almost incredible.
The president appearing to reverse course after speaking with both Ukrainian President Zelensky and Russian President Putin, who once again rejected calls for a ceasefire.
I told you I was very unhappy with my call with President Putin, and it just seems like he wants to go all the way and just keep killing people. No good. It's not good. I wasn't happy with it.
Ukrainian President Zelensky calling his conversation with Trump very important and fruitful, saying the two leaders discussed how to work together to strengthen the protection of our skies, efforts to end the war, and the possible joint production of weapons.
And President Trump has yet to issue any new restrictions on Russia, but as his relationship with the Russian president appears to sour, Trump told reporters harsh new sanctions may be coming. Gio?
Okay, Inez, thank you for your reporting there. And this morning, shockwaves through the soccer world. One of the game's top players, former Arsenal star Thomas Partey, charged with rape and sexual assault in the UK. Prosecutors say the incidents happened in 2021 and 2022. Partey set to appear in court in August. His lawyer saying Partey welcomes the opportunity to clear his name. His former club refusing to comment, saying Partey is now a free agent.
Geo, officials at a popular New York beach on alert this morning after multiple shark sightings this weekend. 2 sharks spotted at Rockaway Beach, forcing the closure to swimmers for a time. You can see some of this video. Officials say the sharks were close to beachgoers. No one was hurt. Officials thanking the lifeguards and the drone techs for keeping an eye on the water. Janae.
All right, from New York to Philadelphia now, where with the workers' strike ongoing, garbage piling up as huge crowds pack the city for Independence Day, and headliners, including including LL Cool J pulling out of big performances in solidarity. ABC's Olivia Rubin joins us now with more. Good morning, Olivia.
Janae, good morning. This is day 5 of this strike that you're talking about, and this is the largest blue-collar workers union in the city, and the effects there are intensifying. Over 9,000 of Philadelphia's critical workers, think sanitation workers, 911 dispatchers, and members of the water department, walked off the job Tuesday at 12:01, demanding better pay and working conditions. 4th of July celebrations did move forward there, but the largest Independence Day parade in the nation losing some of its headlining performers. LL Cool J, as you said, standing with those workers, backing out of his performance. He said on social media, quote, "There's absolutely no way that I could perform across a picket line and pick up money when I know that people out there are fighting for a living wage." R&B singer and Philly native Jasmine Sullivan soon following suit there. The union, known as DC 33, praising those cancellations as, quote, "amazing news" as they try to force this deal here. Another big problem, though, is the trash. Garbage is piling up on the streets as negotiations hit a standstill. There's been no word on when those negotiations might resume since they ended on Wednesday without a deal. The union most recently proposing a 5% wage increase per year for the next 3 years, according to our Philadelphia station WPVI. The city countering, proposing essentially 2% per year. The city's mayor, Sherelle Parker, previously said she, quote, "did right by the blue-collar men and women of the District Council 33 with her offer." Speaking on the 4th of July, she said while the strike is, quote, "not preferred, it is a right." Gio.
Hopefully they get those negotiations going again very, very soon. Olivia Rubin, thank you so much. Now to breaking news in California this morning. A fast-moving fire. It's the largest in the state so far this year, and it's exploding in size and prompting evacuation orders. Zoreen Shaw is following this story from L.A. Zoreen, good morning.
Gio, a fast-moving inferno is ripping across California. The Madre fire exploding to more than 70,000 acres in under 48 hours. Fueled by dry brush, steep terrain, and punishing winds, this is now the largest wildfire in California this year. Only 10% contained, officials warn it's growing fast, threatening at least 50 structures. Mandatory evacuations have been ordered near Highway 166, where flames have forced a full closure stretching from the 101 near Santa Maria to Perkins Road in Santa Barbara County. The fire scorching through the Los Padres National Forest, jumping county lines. Crews racing to contain the blaze under extreme conditions, high heat, low humidity, and dangerous winds. But the good news is that the fire is in a very rural area and no homes have burned. And this morning, the cause still under investigation. Whit.
Zoreen Shaw, thank you. Well, a summertime river swim 100 years in the making. The Seine in Paris is once again open to public swimmers for the first time in more than a century. 3 sites along the riverbank are open this morning and are close to some of the city's most iconic sites, including Notre Dame and the Eiffel Tower. The Seine underwent, you'll remember, a massive $1.5 billion project to clean up the water for the Olympics last year.
I read that there are like a couple dozen species of fish in the
really?
river that
right.
will now have to get used to people swimming with it.
Wow. You have to share the space.
Fun fact I found.
Now to Janae's favorite. The eyes of the world are on Wimbledon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's right. With Americans looking to make their mark at the All England Club. ABC's Ashin Singh joins us now with more on that. Hey, Ashin.
Hey, Gio, morning. And Wimbledon's 3rd round is heating up. Friday's play started with a bang. U.S. player Ben Shelton returned to the court and needed just 70 seconds to finish off Australia's Rinky Hijikata after their match was suspended Thursday night for darkness. Now Shelton's turnaround is tight. He's back today facing Hungary's Marton Fucsovics, a 3rd-round duel that could go the distance. Fellow American Taylor Fritz is also still alive. The number 5 seed survived a 4-set battle against Alejandro Davidovich Fokina and is now onto the round of 16. But it hasn't been all smooth for Team USA. 6-seed Madison Keys was dropped in straight sets yesterday, and fan favorites 2-seed Coco Gauff and 12-seed Frances Tiafoe are both out. Part of a disappointing trend despite the biggest American singles presence here since 1999. And among the juggernaut matchups yesterday, Spain's Carlos Alcaraz powered through against Germany's Jan-Lennard Struff to stay on track in his title defense. He faces Andrei Rublev next. Meanwhile, world number 1 Jannik Sinner returns to center center court today to take on unseeded Pedro Martinez, and Americans Brandon Nakashima and Daniel Collins both take the court today. Collins facing former world number 1 Iga Swiatek. You can catch Saturday's matchups right here on ESPN, ABC, and streaming live on ESPN+. Guys?
Did you wear the white coat, Ashen, for Wimbledon?
Come on, guys. It's Wimbledon. You had to, right?
Yeah, you're ready for center court. Looking good, my man. Appreciate
you.
All right, we'll talk in a bit. Coming up here on GMA on this Saturday morning, flames erupting on this boat during an Independence Day celebration.
And summer sales showdown, where to score some of the best bargains of the season.
And in our second hour, if you're getting a little too much sun this weekend, you know who you are. We have Sunburn 911, a dermatologist laying out what you should do to feel better and protect your skin. It's so important. That's coming up on this July 5th here on GMA. And welcome back to GMA. The band Oasis making a rockin' return to the stage there. Brothers Liam and Noel Gallagher reunited for the first time in 16 years. They played their greatest hits, including Wonderwall, to a packed stadium there in Wales. The UK show kicks off the band's long-awaited comeback tour. All 41 dates already sold out.
Wow.
A lot of people
already
excited
sold
about
out.
this.
Yeah. Oh, man, to be able to hear them perform Wonderwall live would be incredible.
Yeah.
Here's a look at some of the other big stories that we're following this Saturday morning. A major step in the Middle East. Hamas signals it's ready to move forward with a ceasefire proposal. According to a statement from the militant group, Hamas submitted a positive response to the latest plan on the table. The proposal calls for a 60-day ceasefire in Gaza and a hostage exchange with Israel. Negotiations are expected to continue.
An Independence Day celebration took a frightening turn when a boat exploded on Georgia's Lake Lanier. 7 people were injured when the flames erupted on this 23-foot boat. The victims range in age from 5 to 45. No word on what caused the blast.
And the entertainment world is remembering actor Julian McMahon. McMahon was known for his brooding roles on the hit shows Nip Tuck and Charmed. He also won over Marvel fans as Dr. Doom in the Fantastic Four movies. McMahon's wife tells Deadline her husband passed away after a private battle with cancer. He was just 56 years old.
And Kelly Clarkson calls off opening night of her Las Vegas residency. The singer and talk show host made the decision just hours before she was set to perform last night. Clarkson posted on Instagram that rehearsals took a toll on her voice. She's calling off tonight's show as well and tells fans that she'll be back next weekend, so we wish her well.
Yes, absolutely. All right, summer is in full swing and reports of shark attacks are already making headlines. A new National Geographic series, Investigation Shark Attack, takes a closer look at one alarming spate of encounters off the shores of Florida right around this time last summer. New Smyrna Beach on Florida's East Coast, a gathering place for thousands of sharks and throngs of beachgoers. Now, a team of experts is hoping to explain that often misunderstood relationship by studying an alarming series of shark bites last summer.
We've got 3 incidents over just a few days from July 4th to July 8th. What's going on along this stretch of coast?
After one beachgoer dubbed the area the shark bite capital of the world, National Geographic series Investigation Shark Attack is trying to determine why.
There are more bites here than other places where there are lots of people in the water. So it does raise the question, what's going on here?
The sharks are drawn to the warm, shallow waters here, which have a rich supply of fish to eat. The nearby mangroves offer protection, and the area also has this. Sandbars, sharks swirling just over top of one.
Sandbars often can kind of have this corralling effect on fish. And you'll see if you're on the beach and you're looking at a sandbar or waving at your buddy who swam over to the sandbar, a lot of times you'll see schools of fish in between the sandbar and the shore. And so from the perspective of a shark, this is really convenient. This is kind of like a fish trap.
The team's research serving as this warning for those venturing into the blue waters. It's the shark's habitat, and we are just visitors.
Sometimes there are so many people and so many sharks converging in this area that people are literally swimming into sharks or jumping on sharks in some cases. And all of a sudden, wham, this huge human lands on them. Of course, they're going to turn around. They don't really have much to fight back with other than their mouth.
And joining us now, one of our go-to shark experts, marine ecologist, Dr. Mike Heithaus. Dr. Mike, good to see you. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So we were talking about some of these new sightings here in New York, Rockaway Beach. They saw a couple sharks there. They closed it for a period of time. We know that they have like drones out and different equipment able to track this. Are we actually getting more shark sightings, or is there something else going on? We're just paying more attention.
Well, we're paying a lot more attention, so we are getting more sightings. We've also done a really good job of improving our ocean health, and prey fish are coming back. We've been protecting sharks in this country, so the populations are just starting to come back from being way down. So that does mean more encounters, but sharks are actually really good at not biting people.
And listen, you know about sharks. You also know about the beach. You're from my alma mater, FIU in Miami. If there's one message that you could get across to beachgoers right now, what would it be?
It would be go enjoy the beach, but listen to the lifeguards because they know the local conditions. When you go to the beach, sharks aren't your biggest worry. Rip tides, waves, you got to be careful of those. So go enjoy the beach, but listen to the local lifeguards.
And as you were just telling us before, at FIU, it's the most shark scientists in the world, you said?
Well, yeah, for a university, we got a great group of people there. And what we're finding is that these sharks are really important for the health of oceans. So seeing them out there is a good thing.
Yeah.
But you want to make sure that you go out there and be safe. So if you're worried about it, avoid turbid waters. Maybe don't swim at dawn and dusk, and don't swim where you see big schools of fish that are bait, because that's a place where sharks might be feeding and could make a mistake.
Some of that new spotting technology is great too, because that makes it safer for the people and for the sharks.
Exactly. So drones are up there, people are paying attention. So if they see a shark, they are predators. Give them their space, and things will be fine.
You're in their home after all.
Yeah.
After all, yes. So this is obviously such a big talker. So thank you, Mike. We'll see you in our next hour to talk a little bit more and have an incredible piece of video, a shark that seems to attack a kayak. So stick around for that. Summer sales showdown. Retailers pulling out all the stops to lure you back from the beach and into the stores. ABC's Morgan Norwood has been checking out the deals. Morgan, good morning. What you got?
Good morning. Beach stores. I mean,
such
a hot. It's got to be good.
Yeah.
I think I have some good sales for you. The 4th of July may be over. The fireworks gone, but those big summer sales, they are just getting ready to heat up. And the good news is you can score big savings from the beach or wherever you are spending your vacation. The biggest event, of course, is Amazon Prime Day. You don't have to tell me twice. If you could see my cart right now on Amazon, it is full. Of course, it starts on this Tuesday, lasts until Friday. Prime members, you can look for the big savings on everything that Amazon sells. And that's pretty much everything. That's a lot. But pay special attention to the deals on electronics like your Kindles, Amazon's Alexa, and Ring doorbell cameras. But not to be outdone, Target enters the chat. They are also offering big savings, 30 to 40% during their Target Circle Week, which starts this Sunday and goes until July 12th. That's my birthday, by the way, so you can give me a gift. You can take advantage of the deals both in the store and online. It's Target's answer to Prime Day and available to everyone. You don't even have to be a Target Circle member. Target has also listed a lot of great deals, like 40% off of some of their Threshold branded bedding. You've got summer clothes at 30% off, up to 30% off of school uniforms. That's coming up. Backpacks, school supplies. Other retailers are also joining in on the summer sales as well. Walmart, Best Buy, Dick's Sporting Goods, you see it there. They're jumping into the pool for the savings pool for the first time.
Oh, we're jumping into the savings pool. And Morgan, what if you're in the mood to shop right now? Like if I want to go buy your birthday gift right now, Lowe's has got some deals?
I got you, yeah. I'm so glad you asked, because Lowe's doorbusters are going on right now. Anyone in the market for a grill, maybe to have a barbecue for my birthday, you can save $50 on this Charbroil Performance Series grill. It runs on propane, has 4 burners, and get this, it's on sale for $199. And need a refrigerator as well? Our producer Kathleen does. I got you, Kathleen. How about this Hisense 29 cubic foot fridge, side by side with an ice maker and water and ice dispenser? It is $9.49, but you do have to be a Lowe's Rewards member.
Okay.
So,
You know, it's no mistake that these were the most savings.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it's for her birthday.
birthday,
She's like,
yeah.
here's what you can get me.
Next time you can just hand us the birthday list.
Just give us the birthday list.
Here it is. Here's the list.
I can do that too. I'll write it down.
Happy early birthday, and thank you very much, Morgan. We appreciate it.
Now on GMA with Binge This. Now you can't spend
Yeah,
you have the air
horn.
horn. You can't spend all day at the beach. So Will Gans is here with some ideas ideas on how to round out your holiday weekend? All right, well, so yesterday was all about letting freedom ring. You're saying let freedom sing.
Yes, exactly. As I tend to do, we're going to start with a musical. This 4th of July weekend, you think I might be suggesting Hamilton, right? Well, it felt too obvious, so I'm suggesting In the Heights. It's a musical also written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, and it's about his neighborhood in northern Manhattan, celebrating the cultural influences up there, immigrants, there's a love story, and it's directed by John Chu, who you guys know directed Crazy Rich Asians and Wicked. You can stream In the Heights on Amazon Prime Video, although you will be singing and dancing along, and that is a Will Gans guarantee. Or if you're looking to beat the heat this holiday weekend with a different musical, Frozen, the hit Broadway musical, is now streaming on Disney+. This is perfect, for fans of the movie who maybe didn't get a chance to see the stage version. It stars Samantha Barks, who you might remember from the Les Mis movie as Elsa, and the dress transformation, you guys, during Let It Go is worth the price of admission alone.
It's so good.
It's a great Broadway show. Okay, if you're not into the song and dance, perhaps this weekend, what are some non-musical? I know, don't judge me.
It's kind of
some non-musical films
all right
for the holiday weekend.
All right, if you're not into the song and dance,
okay, come on.
You can take a trip to the movie theaters and check out Jurassic World Rebirth, which is taking a bite out of the box office this weekend.
I'm going today.
Okay, I saw it. This latest installment stars Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, and Jonathan Bailey, and that gorgeous score from John Williams. There are some new dinosaurs, and spoiler alert, they've mutated in this one. Grab your popcorn and settle in. It's 2 hours and 13 minutes. Or if you prefer to stay home, I've talked about it all year, you guys. Sinners is finally streaming for free on HBO Max. This was the huge hit from Ryan Coogler that's still sitting at an insane 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, starring Michael B. Jordan as twins who open up a juke joint in the Jim Crow South, which is plenty there. And then the vampires show up, you guys.
Wow, now that's streaming. I might go check that out
again.
How about some All-American classics if you're craving a throwback?
Oh, yeah, I got you here. Nothing more American than baseball, right? So allow me to recommend The Sandlot. Yes, the 1993 classic about a group of friends who play baseball and go on adventures in the local Sandlot. Never seen it? You're killing me, Smalls. You can stream it now on Hulu, or if you're missing football season, how about some pigskin and patriotism compliments of Denzel Washington?
Oh, there we go.
And Remember the Titans, the inspirational flick about a 1971 high school football team, which also features, I forgot this, a young Ryan Gosling. Yeah, and great performances, a powerful social commentary that still applies today. Remember the Titans, streaming now on Disney.
Remember Ryan Gosling, he wasn't delivering in the wide receiver spot, so he pulled himself out of the game, remember? It's a big moment.
Or you could just listen to Whit talk about it.
Those are really great
and
suggestions.
The Sandlot, Wendy Peppercorn.
Oh my God.
Now, the legendary competitive eater devouring his competition. Watch.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
There it is, Joey Jaws Chestnut returning to the Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest. That's his nickname. That's what they call him. We'll spare you too many close-ups here of his performance, but that's kind of one too many right there. But he ate 70 and a half hot dogs in 10 minutes to earn his 17th mustard belt.
Don't want to know.
Just a little shy of his record, 76 dogs in 2021. That was his record. Chestnut did not participate in last year's contest due to a sponsorship deal with Impossible Foods. They're like, wait a minute, like,
you can't eat that.
Plant-based? What are you talking about? But he showed the world once again what it takes to be a winner. And oh, by the way, Miki Sudo in the women's competition, she won 33 hot dogs to retain her title.
Time out. The script said what it takes to be a wiener. I mean winner.
I wasn't going to say that.
And you just didn't want to say it.
Hot dog. That's like Jamaican donuts.
You said it, not me.
Oh, man.
All right, a lot more ahead here on GMA in our second hour. Our GMA cover story, what to do if you've had too much sun. A doctor is here with advice on treating sunburn.
And holiday hack, what to do with all those barbecue leftovers. A cookbook author shares her secrets.
And test your knowledge. We'll be back.
Good morning, America. It's our second hour. Flooding catastrophe. At least 24 people killed in Central Texas. More than 20 girls missing from a summer camp. Search and rescue teams working throughout the night after the Guadalupe River busted its banks, rising to near record levels.
Holiday travel crunch, the busiest July 4th ever on America's roads, with nearly 72 million people on the move. The best and worst times to head home, whether you're flying or driving. Plus, how to save big on gas.
The summer sun can leave its mark. We've called in an expert for tips on treating burns, protecting yourself from further damage, and when to seek medical attention.
Investigation shark attack. The video can be terrifying. A shark trying to sink its teeth into a kayak. This morning, a new look at shark behavior. The experts decode why they do what they do and let us know what we can do to stay safe.
And we're giving your barbecue leftovers a boost. With so many holiday cookouts, ideas to get the most out of 4th of July favorites as we say, Good morning, America.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Saturday. Good morning, America.
Good jams this morning, yeah?
Yeah.
Loving it.
Saturday
Good morning, America. Happy Saturday to you. Coming up, well, Gans, he's got the hottest box office item of the summer. No, it's not the tickets, it's the popcorn buckets. Look at that. That are all the rage.
I love that. Ooh, that's a good one. Plus, how to enjoy the summer weather, all while protecting your skin. The tips on what to do if you get that sunburn.
But we do begin here with that catastrophic flooding in central Texas. It's just an awful story. Dozens of people were killed. An active search is now underway for more than 20 girls missing from a summer camp. ABC's Mireya Villarreal joins us now from Caryville, Texas. Good morning, Mireya.
Hey, good morning, Gio. As the sun starts to rise and that rain subsides just for a little bit, you can actually see the devastation, the debris left behind. That tree right now, you can see behind it the impact of these floodwaters so powerful. It pulled the bark right off of it. The waters, at one point, officials say, were all the way up to the top of that bridge, more than 20 feet in the air. Rescuers going throughout the night to try and find the missing.
This morning, search and rescue crews desperately looking for the missing following the deadly floods in central Texas. The storm killing at least 24 people, with many more still missing. Families pleading for information after more than 20 children still unaccounted for from a summer camp.
I have assured all of the local officials here, whatever these communities need, the state of Texas is going to step up and provide it.
The city of Kerrville seeing some of the worst devastation, urging residents to evacuate and move to higher ground. The mayor issuing a disaster declaration as the Guadalupe River reaching 26 feet high, the second highest recorded height in history. 12 inches of rainfall in a matter of hours, flooding roads, buildings, and cars, and sweeping away houses. Entire neighborhoods left unrecognizable. This RV park completely destroyed. The same floodwaters almost sweeping away this man and his wife.
We went ahead and jumped out, and we got washed down 3 houses, and we finally ended up snagged on a big bush.
Helicopters hovering over trees, performing urgent rescues like this one. Crew members picking someone out of the branches. In nearby Hunt, Texas, families urgently trying to find their loved ones at Camp Mystic, an all-girls summer camp of 750 children. More than 20 campers still missing.
We will stop at nothing to ensure that every asset and person and plane and whatever is needed is going to be involved in the process of rescuing every last person.
The camp was evacuated after flooding hit the Guadalupe River, and while some parents have been reunited with their children, others continue to wait for answers. The family of one camper, 10-year-old Greta Toranzo from Houston, telling us that their daughter is still missing.
Please pray for our community. This is a hard day, and there will be hard days to come.
And now officials are warning that more rain is on the way for this area that could affect some of the rescue efforts, guys. As of right now, we do know that they have 14 helicopters going around the clock. They also have drones, and they're putting out an all call for anybody with flat bottom boats in the area to help wade through these floodwaters and possibly get to some of those missing people.
Truly a devastating scene, and we're thinking about those families here. Mireya, thank you. We want to turn to the holiday travel crush. Tens of millions of Americans in the sky and on the roads. Let's get to Perry Ressam joining us now. Perry, how are things looking for travelers now?
Yeah, Wick, good morning to you. We are going to see the roads start to get packed in just a few hours from now. AAA says this will be another record-breaking July 4th holiday. More than 72 million people expected to travel at least 50 miles from home. That's up more than 2 million people from last year. Looking at the sky so far, so good. We are watching some storms come across the country, but those are only causing a few delays, nothing major. The big story this morning, the roads. AAA says more than 61 million people are expected to be driving. That's up more than 1 million people from last year. The best time to travel today is before 11 this morning, and the worst time is between 11 and 5 at night. Tomorrow is going to be the worst travel day. And if you are driving, there's some good news when you're filling up. Gas prices are down. Right now, the average cost for a gallon of regular is $3.15. That's about 40 cents lower than last year. Amazon is having what they're calling an early Prime Day deal. Prime members can save $1 per gallon this weekend when they're filling up at participating gas stations. There is a 35-gallon max on that deal, and it runs through Sunday. Gio.
All right. Thank you so much, Perry. We appreciate it. To politics now, and President Trump signing the so-called Big Beautiful Bill, hosting a celebration at the White House, now trying to sell the plan to the American people. Senior White House correspondent Selena Wang joins us now with more from Washington. Selena, good morning.
Hey, Gio, good morning. President Trump marked July 4th with a celebration and a major political victory. His so-called Big Beautiful Bill is now the law. The president leaning into those tax cuts while downplaying slashes to Medicaid.
Overnight, President Trump signing his sweeping domestic policy into law.
It's the biggest bill of its type in history.
Celebrating his legislative win during Independence Day festivities alongside Republican lawmakers who helped him muscle this bill through Congress.
Mike Johnson right there. I see Mike. What a job they've done. What a job they've done.
The motion is adopted.
The nearly 1,000-page bill barely passed Congress after Trump arm-twisted holdouts in his own party. All but 2 House Republicans ended up voting for the bill, despite anger that it could add $3.4 trillion to the debt over the next decade, and estimates that steep cuts to Medicaid could force 11.8 million Americans to lose their health insurance. The president highlighting those tax cuts, mostly for the wealthiest Americans, while ending taxes on tips and overtime and new spending for immigration enforcement.
So you have the biggest tax cut, the biggest spending cut, the largest border security investment in American history.
Democrats confident they'll win back voters as Americans start to lose their health care and food assistance.
I don't think we have ever seen or are prepared for how catastrophic this is set to be.
The president, though, taking a victory lap.
I think had probably the most successful almost 6 months as a president and the presidency.
And guys, another moment from that July 4th celebration at the White House last night. The military members behind Operation Midnight Hammer were also honored. That refers to those strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities last month. And the president called that, quote, one of the most flawless military campaigns in U.S. history. Janae?
All right, Selena, thank you so much. And from politics now to sports, the third round at Wimbledon is in full swing. Number 1 ranked Jannik Sinner returns to center court today to take on unseeded Pedro Martinez, and American Danielle Collins takes on former world number 1 Iga Swiatek. Other U.S. players hitting the court today include Ben Shelton, Brandon Nakashima, and Emma Navarro. You can catch Saturday's matchups on ESPN, ABC, and streaming live on ESPN+.
Getting all the name pronunciations in there. That's right. We love it when Wimbledon is up. All right, coming up here on GMA in the morning menu, tips for treating sunburns on this holiday weekend.
Also ahead, we are celebrating Hot Nerd July as Jonathan Bailey, David Cornsweet, and Pedro Pascal bring big screen brainiacs to a theater near you.
And Will Gans is here with super savings on fabulous finds for summer. We'll be right back. You're watching GMA on a Saturday morning. Stick around.
Back back now with our GMA cover story. And with so many families spending time outdoors for the holiday weekend, it's easy to overdo it when it comes to sun exposure. Board-certified dermatologist Dr. Janine Downey is here in studio with us with tips on how to treat sunburn. We're so glad that you're here with us in person.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So let's start with what to do if we or our kids get sunburned.
Okay, so number one, you want to do the aloe vera compresses. Okay, so cool compresses. Drink lots of water, possibly ibuprofen, and definitely calamine lotion. And anything you use needs to be alcohol-free and fragrance-free, or it could itch, burn, or sting your skin and make it worse, which you don't want.
So a lot of us have been on vacation, right? That first day you go out, you overdo it, you get the sunburn. So how do you get through your trip, your vacation? You might not have access to some of these supplies.
No, this is a great question. So basically you want to, number one, put on some sun protective clothing, wear a big broad-brimmed hat, a sun protective umbrella, and actually use that sunblock you brought with you on your trip. So an SPF of 30 or more, and reapply it very often, and don't skip any areas, pretty much from head to toe, including your scalp, behind the back of your neck, the tops of your feet, you know, the areas people forget.
Yeah, I don't do like a little drop. I do like, I want a quarter size. I want to
lather it, smother yourself. Yeah.
So let's say you get burned and it's something that hurts and it's red. When do you seek that medical care?
Okay, so if you're blistering, don't pop it and seek medical care. Okay, so if you have fever, if you have chills, if you're dehydrated, if you have drainage, it's time to seek medical attention. So that's really important because some sunburns are second degree, and some of the worst ones can actually, it's rare, can be third degree, and that's serious. And that could lead to permanent scarring if you don't get treatment, Gio. Yeah.
So I've heard some people, and by some people I mean Whit, say that getting a base tan can prevent sunburn. What is a base tan?
Janae, that is not true.
No base
there is no such thing as a safe tan. There is no such thing as a great base tan to protect you at all. It's simply absolutely a fallacy. And I tell everybody, the tanning beds, New Jersey's the tanning bed capital of America.
Wow.
12 to 15 times the ultraviolet radiation from the sun. So it truly damages your skin. Really bad.
So maybe the fake tan, the
fake
cream
tan.
is
The fake tan.
The bronzer drop.
The bronzer that you rub on after you exfoliate, so you don't have skip areas.
There you go.
All right.
Really good tips. Oh my gosh. One of these gentlemen next to me likes some bronzer drops. I won't say which one. Thank you so much, Dr.
My
Downey.
pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You're great.
So why are we holding these? Because it's time for Pop News with Will Gans.
And I'll tell you why you have the ones you have specifically, too. I put a little thought into this morning.
All right.
What's Pop News without a little popcorn? And in honor of summer blockbuster season, I brought in popcorn buckets for each of you. Janae, you've got the F1 bucket because like a race car pulling out of the pit, you're a total smoke show.
Thank you.
Whit, you've got the Jaws 50th anniversary shark bucket because you're jawsome, and I'd ignore any and all red flags to hang out with you at the beach.
I'm worried about why you gave me Megan.
Don't worry, Gio. You've got the Megan. You've got the Megan 2.0 bucket because you're the fiercest diva we didn't see coming.
Wait.
There she is. Scary.
That thing is awful. I'm sorry. That's terrifying.
I mean, that's like
the point.
Yeah. So anyway, the Wall Street Journal says buckets like these, you guys, with hefty profit margins, may be the best news that theaters have gotten in years. And get this, designers start working on the buckets a year and a half before the movie even hits theaters.
Wow.
Yeah, there are other fan favorites this summer that include a Jurassic World Rebirth collectible and a special Galactus ahead of Fantastic Four at Regal Cinema, which features glowing eyes, detachable purple horns, and holds 361 ounces of popcorn, which is more than twice the size of a typical large.
Wow. Wait, so the Jurassic World one, that's the print.
The paw print. Yeah.
That's cool.
Which feels like less conducive to like keeping your popcorn where you want it to be.
It's all right.
Yeah,
but I mean, you know, they're making the movies more of an experience.
Yeah.
And that I think is great.
Yeah, and like it's more than just popcorn buckets too. You walk in and there's like shirts and hats and all types of stuff. Yeah. How's your Megan popcorn?
I finally got Megan open.
She's tricky.
Yeah, it's more about the aesthetic than it is about the actual eating experience. Yeah. When you order them in the theater, you can basically just get the popcorn in like an actual bag, and then you just eat that.
Take this one.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next in pop news, Romy and Michelle, the musical. We're back to musicals, you guys. Opening off-Broadway this fall, and here's how I feel about it.
I have to say, this is turning out to be one of the very best nights of my entire life.
Oh, a classic. Yeah, Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. That hit the big screen 28 years ago, starring, of course, Lisa Kudrow and Mira Sorvino. The musical was written by the movie's screenwriter, and it will include 80s and 90s pop-inspired music, and, of course, will feature everyone's favorite pair of besties. Opening night is set for October 28th. Here in New York City. And new on-screen adventures are also in store because Mira Sorvino herself confirmed that there's a sequel to the original movie in the works.
Wow.
Lisa Kudrow also on.
That is really cool.
What's old is new again. I love bringing back these fan faves. All right, finally, now that Independence Day is behind us, we can officially move into the next themed season that's exploding online, brighter than any fireworks you might have seen last night. I present to you Hot Nerd July.
Ooh.
Bustle made the declaration of nerd dependence on Thursday, writing, "July is for the hot nerds." Citing the big screen brainiacs making fans swoon this summer, we're talking, Jonathan Bailey in Jurassic World Rebirth, David Corenswet in Superman, and Pedro Pascal in Fantastic Four First Steps. Fans are embracing the aesthetic, by the way. On TikTok, searches for nerdcore outfits are up over 1,000%. Yeah, in the last 7 days.
Is that what you're wearing?
That's exactly what I'm wearing.
All right.
We love
Bottom line, you guys, this summer, smart is the new swole.
Ooh.
Do you need glasses to be a hot nerd?
No, you don't, but it doesn't hurt.
That's right.
By the way, I can't even tell you what they're calling Jonathan Bailey's glasses online. It's
Yes, I was just thinking that too and was like, I can't say it on air.
You can't say it on air.
We're on the same
Well,
page.
I guess I got to ask you during the commercial break.
Work at Google on the internet.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Coming up here, you have leftovers. She has the recipes. Maria Provenzano is repurposing your 4th of July favorites next right here on GMA. There she is.
It's so high.
Wait, sorry. Whoa. I'm sorry.
That'll wake you up on a Saturday morning. We are back now with a treat for fans of Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts. You're looking at a gag reel there that dropped alongside the movie this week on digital platforms.
It's a throwback to the bonus features that we used to get on DVDs.
Yeah,
And there are slip-ups and improv and giggles and a glimpse at the chemistry the so-called New Avengers had on set.
So fun to watch.
Yeah, I love that. All right, now let's take a look at some of the top headlines that we're following right now. A fast-moving wildfire scorching more than 70,000 acres in California. The Madre fire exploded in size in under 48 hours, making it the largest wildfire California has seen this year. Fire burning through the Los Padres National Forest and threatening dozens of structures. The Madre fire is only 5% contained.
Retailers are rolling out hot deals as the summer heats up. Amazon's Prime Day gets into gear on Tuesday and runs through Friday. Prime members can snag deals from electronics to household goods. Target is offering savings up to 40% during Target Circle Week. Walmart, Best Buy, and Dick's Sporting Goods are also firing off deals for bargain hunters.
All right, and swimmers are taking the plunge in the Seine in Paris. Locals and tourists, they can now dive in for the first time in more than a century. Swimming was previously banned in the river because of pollution. The Seine underwent a $1 billion cleanup for last year's Olympic Games. How fun that would be.
It's hard to focus on your strokes when you're like checking out Notre Dame and the
true.
Eiffel Tower and everything. Pretty cool. All right, with all of the July 4th cookouts happening this weekend, there are bound to be some leftovers, right? So what do you do with all of that? Content creator and cookbook author Maria Provenzano is joining us now from Michigan with some hacks to deliciously repurpose those leftovers. Maria, good morning to you. It's great to have you.
Good morning. Waste not, want not. That's right, this weekend.
Yes, right. So let's jump right in with coffee, because you're actually able to turn leftover s'mores ingredients into a fresh latte.
Listen, I'm really proud of this creation, everybody. It is like a mashup of two things that I desperately love, coffee and s'mores. And we are starting with the milk. We are actually making a marshmallow milk. I've heated up the milk here and I'm adding in some mini marshmallows, but I know for the s'mores we use the big ones, so you just cut them up into small pieces, and the hot milk is going to melt the marshmallows and you just froth it up and it creates the most wonderfully sweet marshmallow milk. In here I have my espresso and the melted chocolate that's left over. and you just pour this in. And to make it just a little extra, we're topping it with some crushed up graham crackers and toasted up some extra marshmallows this morning. Now that is a little piece of heaven in the morning,
Maria,
if I do say so myself.
We're trying it right now in the studio. This is so good.
It's taking every ounce of self-control to not just like slug this down. All right, let's stick with the breakfast theme for a moment. Leftover corn on the cob, you have an option for pancakes. How does this work?
Yes, this is awesome, you guys. So take your leftover corn on the cob that has that nice kind of char from the grill and actually add it to your buttermilk pancakes by cutting it off the cob, putting it into a food processor or blender, and that actually creates a really creamy, lovely, sort of like rustic taste, and it's nice and sweet. You just mix it in. This is a buttermilk pancake batter, and then I like to add in some blueberries and then just serve it up like you do regular pancakes, and I promise you it will surprise everybody about how sweet and lovely it is.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you can see right there, just in the food processor, just like that.
All right, so how about leftover burgers and hot dogs? You turn the hot dogs into like a bagel dogs, kind of an elevated pig in a blanket?
Oh, I love a pig in a blanket. That's like one of the best things ever. So yes, you hit the nail on the head. So right here I have our hot dogs from yesterday, nice and grilled. And then you can use puff pastry, or you can actually use store-bought pizza dough. And all you do is cut it into strips, and I'm gonna wrap it around here like this. And then here is the trick to making it taste like a bagel dog, which are so good. I have some baking soda, and you put it into some hot water. Yes, this is how you make bagels, everybody. They dip it into water first, and then you put it on a baking sheet. I'm gonna add a little bit of an egg wash to it, and then the everything seasoning, which everybody loves, and that's really what makes it a bagel dog.
That was
Pop
really
it into the
eye-opening.
oven. Oh yeah, pop it into the oven, and they are served nice and warm right here with just some mustard. It is so delicious.
We like it. We're into it. Let's not forget the hamburgers. You're making a whole new dinner with these, turning them into Italian zucchini boats.
Yes, so this is for all of the health-conscious people out there. So we have our leftover hamburgers that I cut into just like smaller pieces, added to some marinara sauce, and then add in some cheese, just mozzarella cheese, and mix it all up. Then over here, I have my zucchini. So this is something you can make all summer long because zucchini is good all summer, and they're going to be something that are nice and healthy too. So you just scoop it out with a spoon, and it gives you just this ability to add in the food right into the inside, and then it makes it a nice little boat. So pop it into the oven at 400 degrees until it's nice and bubbly. It's about 20 minutes, and then they're just like little handhelds that you can just bite into. They are so delicious.
Quick, what's that dessert?
Okay, this is just a watermelon sorbet, and all you do is actually freeze up the watermelon, pop it into a blender with some lime, and it's nice and healthy. It'll just puree it up. And look at that. That is a healthy, fresh summer dessert. And then we're not wasting any watermelon.
Oh, you are so good.
With a little lime.
Thank you so much. Right? That looks good.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Maria. We appreciate you. And you can get these recipes right now on goodmorningamerica.com. Okay, we are returning now to the issue of sharks and humans intermingling in the ocean. As we mentioned earlier in the show, Nat Geo was taking a deep dive during their Shark Fest programming with Investigation Shark Attack. Take a look at a clip right here.
In slow motion, you see the shark doesn't just kind of hit and then turn away immediately. It actually kind of turns into the kayak to see if it can engage those teeth and then turns away. So to me, that's not just like a body blow, get out of here. I mean, that looked like it might have been saying, is this something that I might want to eat?
Ooh, and joining us again is a man who calls hammerhead sharks puppy dogs.
Puppies. They're just like puppy dogs.
Marine ecologist Mike
14 feet
Heithaus
long.
from my alma mater, FIU.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Good to
Thank
see
you.
you. Okay, so that was dramatic video right there.
Yes.
What was happening there? Why that kayaker didn't get bitten?
Yeah, luckily his foot was not in the wrong place, and you can see that shark really blast in there. Unfortunately, we can't get in the minds of the shark, so we don't even know exactly what it was thinking, but that looked like more of a predatory attack. But one thing we find in this show by talking to experts all over the world is that some of these attacks aren't about food. They're about sharks actually being scared.
Wow. So they're in some ways just protecting themselves. Trying to Okay.
And a lot of small sharks are food for bigger sharks, so if you startle them, they just kind of react the way a scared pet might react.
And so let's talk about these investigations and what type of technology you actually use when looking into some of these incidents.
So we try to use all the tools we've got. Sometimes it's forensic DNA to figure out whether it's one type of shark or another, even if the same individual might be involved in multiple attacks. We put cameras in the air to see sharks from above, below, and one thing we're doing in this show is really trying to understand the world from the shark's perspective. So people who tune in are going to learn a lot about the sharks and why they're in certain areas and how they behave.
So you can't get into the shark's brain, but you're trying hard to see what life is like for them.
Exactly, and all these tools let us piece together really cool elements of these sharks. We see that they're a lot more sophisticated in their behavior than we thought, and sharks are sleeping in some cases and get startled awake, and that's when bad things can happen.
Yeah, that's how it is when I get woken up too.
Yeah, me too.
Now Will has a game for us.
Spiting.
We can't get into the shark's brains. Let's see about your brains. Okay. All right, we're going to do a few rounds of true or false. I'm going to read some common beliefs about sharks, and you three will guess if it's true or false, and then Mike will give us the real answer. Okay. Are you ready?
Ready.
Yes. More shark attacks are happening every year. True or false?
False.
False.
You're all right. Last year was actually a really down year. Now, it feels like there might be a little bit more right now because there are so many people going to the beach and there are more interactions, and that really, really rare but bad luck does happen. But shark attacks are not going up.
And we have cell phones and social media, and like word spreads fast.
It does.
Okay.
Exactly. All right, next question. If I see dolphins, that means there are no sharks.
I'm going to say
false. Guess false? Yeah.
Mike?
You do not necessarily want to be there if there are dolphins there because sharks will attack dolphins.
Oh, really?
In fact, we built a Jello dolphin to look at how sharks bite dolphins. So we hear about dolphins attacking sharks, but most of the time they turn tail and get out of there. So if you're with dolphins and they all of a sudden disappear, that might be because there's a shark there.
Wow.
To be fair, I would take a bite of a Jello dolphin as well, depending on the flavor. All right, next. If you're standing in shallow water, you are safe. True or false?
False.
Shallow? No, false.
That is definitely false.
Okay.
Because lots of sharks will come in shallow waters. In fact, the tiger sharks that we studied in Australia, their favorite place was to be in the shallows.
Oh, okay.
Next question. Sharks don't like to bite people. True or false?
True.
I'm going to say true.
100% true. There are more than 500 species of sharks. Most of them are more scared of us than we are
probably
of them.
taste gross.
And even great white sharks are really good at not biting people. They encounter people probably hundreds of thousands of times a year and ignore us. So sharks are not looking for people to bite.
All right, last question. Sharks can smell a drop of blood from a mile away. True or false?
True.
It's kind of pushing it. They can smell a drop of blood in about an Olympic-sized swimming pool. But remember, there's so much smell
That's a mile
out there.
to me, Mike.
Yeah, that's a mile.
You should see
But here's the thing.
swim.
There's lots of stuff in the water. So if you have a little cut, you're not necessarily attracting sharks. So people should go enjoy the water, listen to the lifeguards, and you can avoid sharks and have a good time.
I'm doing it anyway. You can tell me it's okay. I'm not going in. Mike, thank you so much. You're so awesome. Investigation Shark Attack premieres tonight at 9/8 Central on National Geographic, and that is true. It streams tomorrow on Disney Plus and Hulu.
And coming up after the break, Will Gans is here with big savings on fabulous finds for summer that you don't want to miss. Stick around. We are back now with Will Gans, who's going from pop news to sharks to ABC Secret Sales this morning.
That's right.
Do it all.
Yeah, well, it's all in a day's work for
do it
you.
all.
I'm just
There
trying
you
to keep up with you.
Thank you. He brought us the perfect products. First and fun, everything here is shoppable. Let's start with if you're heading to the beach.
Yes, simple sarongs. This, you get the ease of a towel with the elegance of a sarong. And the secret here is really all about that button. So you can clip it if you want to wear it as a sarong. You could wear it as a dress, a skirt, or just a simple wrap, and it'll keep it exactly where you want it to stay. No slipping, no free shows for anybody.
Right.
What I love about these also, cotton terry or microfiber, all of these fun prints and patterns, sizes extra small to 3XL, and you can save 40% today.
Oh, good deal.
Yes.
Okay, if you're traveling, it looks like you could get a ton of stuff in these.
Exactly. This is packed, and it is thoughtful organization. It has
packed.
incredible separation in here. You can fit whatever you need.
There's a whole pillow in here.
Yeah, exactly. That's the travel backpack. The main compartment divided into two. We also have the duffel, the sling bag, the wallet. You can build your entire entire travel lineup right here, and you save at least 50% today from Packed.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Oprah approved?
As everything should be,
Yeah.
if you're doing it right, yeah. This is only ingredients that you can pronounce in here from El Guapo, which is my nickname from time to time, depending on who you ask. We have lemon drop, mojito, black lime margarita, Bloody Mary, salted paloma, and hurricane. You just mix them with a liquor if you want to make a special cocktail or maybe a seltzer for a mocktail option. You'll save 40% on a 6-pack today from El Guapo.
Gracias, El Guapo. Some other bags.
Yes, Malibu Sky. This you can wear crossbody. I love the diagonal zipper in the front, so you can get to your small stuff. So cute, isn't it?
Yeah,
you can adjust the straps to wear it however you'd like. Lots of fun colors here, and save 62%, 8 colors to be exact, from Malibu Sky.
And you're hands-free with the kids and everything.
Transition from season to season as well.
Love this brand.
Oh, yeah.
So soft.
The fabric, right?
Yeah.
It's so nice. This is amazing. Athleisure sets that are going to cradle you in comfort, whether you're sitting on the couch or catching a long flight. Yeah, I mean, and you deserve to be, too, for the record. 4 sets. You can mix and match however you want. The fabric is breathable and refreshing, cool to the touch. 50% and free shipping today.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
All right.
All right, beauty sleep benefits, baby. Satin pillowcases, which are great for wrinkle prevention.
Yep, good for skin and hair.
That's exactly right. They're super durable. They have 2 packs in standard and king sizes. We also have these glam bands that will hold your hair
wait a second.
back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So if you're doing your nighttime routine and want to look good and feel good at the same
Get
time.
the nighttime routine done before you get into bed on the sheets.
Yeah, exactly right. And what I love about the satin pillowcase, too, is if you have a Zoom meeting, like first thing in the morning, all you have to do is wake up. You're not going to have like the lines.
You're not going to have the lines, and they're easy to pack. Gio likes to pack them when he travels, too. Use them at hotels.
So smart.
Genius.
Today, you'll save more than 60% from Night.
Wow.
Such a good deal.
Okay. Thank you so much for those, Will. And we've partnered with all these companies on these great bargains. You can get them by scanning the QR code on your screen or by going to our website, goodmorningamerica.com or abcsecretsales.com.
We just showed him how to use Google Lens.
Where
have I been?
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to 2025, Philippians.
Thank you so much for starting your day with us.
You can catch more weekend coverage over on ABC News Live.
Bye, everybody.